Hey guys, welcome back. So first off, this is a sponsored video. The nice folks at VixDAS were kind enough to send me a pair of Ford TPMS reset tools. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to make a video on TPMS because the last 4 years of Panther Cars have it, 2008 to 2011. And because they gave me two, I want to give one of these away. So if you want to get your hands on one, skip ahead to the chapter called Official Giveaway Rules. It should be right around here in the middle somewhere. So you don't need to watch any of this. And if I were you, I would skip ahead to that giveaway chapter. Okay, second of all, this is going to be a collaboration video. I reached out to a few channels I'm a big fan of, and I asked them to put together a video on TPMS based on their personal experience. So the links to their videos are down below in the description panel. So I recommend you stop watching this video and click on one of theirs because I'm almost positive they're going to be more entertaining than mine. And the last chapter of this video, I'm going to give a personal story of my experience with TPMS after I do a little demo and show how to turn off the tire warning light. Okay, so there may come a time when you get a tire warning light in your instrument panel, and it could be annoying and you want to turn it off. Now, most tire shops will do this free of charge, but they make these little tools now, and this one here is going for $12.59. And I was thinking of reasons why you might want to buy one of these versus heading down to your local tire shop to have them do it for free. And one of those reasons is maybe you live in the snow belt and you've got a set of summer wheels and tires and a set of winter wheels and tires. And so when you swap them over, you may need to turn off the light because they have different tire sensors inside the wheel. So this might come in handy to turn it off. And another reason you might want to turn it off is maybe you've had an accident when you curb a tire and you just need to replace one wheel and tire, and it would be more cost effective to just pick one up from the junkyard and throw it on, and then of course you'd need to turn off the light. Okay, so let's go, and I want to show you how this thing works and get into the programming procedure. So if you've got a tire warning light, the first thing you need to do is you've got to put the car in programming mode. And how you do that is you're going to press and release the brake pedal, and then you're going to cycle the ignition 3 times without starting the engine. And then you're going to turn the ignition off, and then you're going to press and release the brake pedal again, and then you're going to cycle the ignition 3 times again, leaving it on. Okay, so let's see if I can do this on the first try. Press, release, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to press and release, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I did it. So the horn gave a short horn chirp. And we can see the tire warning light flashing, and it's telling us to train the front left tire. So based on my service literature, you've got to hold this thing 180 degrees away from the valve stem and push the button. And when it reads, the horn will chirp. Now, if somebody has removed the original band sensor and they've installed the valve stem sensors, I imagine you would hold it to the valve stem. So now we've got to go around the car in a clockwise manner and do all the tires. So again, 180 degrees away from the valve stem. And you can hear the horn chirp, and then maybe you can hear the beep coming from the instrument panel. And again, let's do this. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, maybe a 1 second or 2 second delay. Okay, now this is the last one. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. 100. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so now you can see it says training complete, and the tire warning light has gone off. So to get out of the programming mode, you just turn the car off. Okay, so that's how this thing works. So now let's get into the giveaway. So the giveaway rules are number one, you must own a 2008 to 2011 Crown Vic, Grand Marquis, or Town Car. And if you have a 2007 or older and you're feeling left out, I'm sorry, but that's just how the regulation works. It's only on those cars. Rule number two, you must leave a comment down in the comment section, and you can leave a comment of whatever you want, just as long as you leave a comment. And if you don't know what to write, just put the year, make, and model of your Panther car. Okay, and the third rule is, I'm going to, 24 hours after this video, I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to pick the winner live on camera with a random comment picker. And once the winner is announced, you're going to have 12 hours to send me or to email me 3 photos of your Panther car and your US shipping address so I can send it out to you. And during that video, I'm also going to pick 10 alternate winners as backup winners in case that one person changes his mind or he doesn't get a hold of me within 12 hours. Okay, so now let's get into my personal experience with TPMS. So back in 2005 and 2006 was a very important time in my life, and it's when I got my first good paying job and I started earning a little bit of money. And I want to say that it seemed like the first half of my life I was driving used, old, high mileage vehicles. And when I got that job, I thought I would buy my very first brand new vehicle. And I was real excited because it was the first time I would have a car with the current technology and all that bells and whistles. So I got the car, and it had an indirect TPMS system. And basically, if I remember correctly, there's no additional hardware on that car. It just uses the wheel speed sensors, and they've written in some firmware or some code into the computer so that when one of the tires spins at a different rate than the other 3, it will turn on the tire warning light because it's inferring that one of the tires is low. And I really didn't like that system because in reality, all 4 tires under normal conditions, they're going to lose air pressure over time, and all 4 of them are going to slowly deflate or get low. And in that case, the tire warning light would not come on, and so I really didn't like that system. So in 2008, I traded that car in when I got another job that was paying me a little bit more money, and I bought an even fancier car. And this car came with a direct TPMS system. Now, this system was really nice. This system had individual pressure sensors mounted in each wheel, and it had a display on the instrument cluster, and it would display the live real-time pressure of the tires in each tire. And I really liked that system because in the morning when I would set out on my morning commute to get to work, I could read the tire pressure, the cold tire pressure, and it would be around 35 psi. And then when I would get on the highway, and after driving a few miles on the highway and the tires would build up some heat, I could slowly watch the pressure raise in the tires until they would get up to about 42 psi. And then when I would get off the freeway and I would drive on city streets to get to my job, I could see the tires actually cool down, and I could see the tire pressure lower from 42 to 41 to 40 to 37 eventually till they cooled off and they went back down to that 35 psi. Now that system I really liked because it gives you that level of feedback right there on the instrument panel, and you can see what's going on. So that's basically my experience with TPMS. And one other thing I wanted to add, this is kind of going to be categorized into the rant, a rant section. And I asked myself, since this regulation has been adopted in the 2005-2006 era, I asked myself this question: because of TPMS, are the roads any safer? Has it increased road safety? And based on what I see when I go out driving on the highway and the road, I'm going to say no. I really don't think it has improved road safety and driver safety. And the reason why I say that is because we have so many lights on the dash here. I mean, this instrument cluster has, I want to say, more than 10. And if you ask the normal person what each one of these warning lights does, they're probably not going to be able to explain them exactly how they work. But there's one light that most people understand, and that's the gas light, the low fuel light. They know that if that light comes on and they don't put gas in it, they're not going to be able to get to work or to get to school or whatever. All the other lights are basically ignored until something happens with a tire failure or something of that nature. So when this regulation was going through legislation and being made into law, I think it had the best of intentions to save lives from catastrophic tire failures, save fuel because your car will get better fuel economy with inflated tires, and to make sure you get the most amount of mileage out of your tires because it will reduce irregular tire wear. So in the theory of it, I really like it. But in practice, when it got through the legislation, and when they gave the manufacturers the leeway to either make an indirect system or a direct system, I kind of think it's a failure because it's added all this expense to the common motorist with these reset tools and having sensors in the wheels, and then the batteries die, and then you have to maintain them. And it's just one more thing that people ignore because it's really not as important as putting gas in the car. Most people just want to put gas in the car and go. Okay, so I apologize for that. I really do not like to do these types of opinion rants because, as Mr. Black 947 would say, I think we all know what my opinion is worth and where I can shove it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.